Bang, bang, boom.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Being live streamed.
What's up, everybody? It's the Nation of Conversation, episode 353. I'm your host, Ryan, and I'm here with Wally, Bill, and the Ghost Mike. We're back again. What's up?
Yo, this is a perfect season for me to be back on the show. Perfect. This is
very spooky.
This is
Ghost season?
This is ghost
Mhm.
season.
Well, that's why you're here.
after
You're
Halloween,
you're haunting us.
Yeah, after Halloween, we can get ready again. Perfect.
Yeah, yeah. You got to do
Oh,
an
yeah.
exorcism. You gotta
Oh,
exorcise
now we
me.
have to force you out?
Yeah, you got to force me out.
He's even got the spooky lighting where you can't see him until he moves real close to his computer screen.
He does. He's got like Blair Witch lighting over there. You know, if you're watching. All we have to do is make him watch a Chosen one or two, and then that's it. He'll be out of here. Make him watch a couple of these. Make him do a couple of these reviews, and that'll be that. He'll be out.
Did you watch Space Cowboys?
What? I didn't know you guys were watching Space Cowboys.
Of course he didn't.
But I'm glad I didn't watch Space Cowboys as in like the Clint Eastwood, Tommy Lee Jones movie.
Yeah,
It was a terrible movie. It's not bad actually.
It's okay.
No, it wasn't really what I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
I don't know, but it was much more jargon, but still so racist.
A Clint Eastwood like directed movie as an old man.
Surprising, right? Surprising.
We'll
Did he
get into
direct that movie?
later. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yo, that's so funny because I was just listening to this podcast about how like there came a point in the 80s where like essentially he just started directing everything. He hasn't worked for another director.
Right.
In
He's only worked
decades.
for himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get into that in a minute. Or in a few minutes. AJ Lee, top story. AJ Lee is back in wrestling. She's working with WOW, the women's promotion that was on Access TV for a while, right?
Yeah.
It's owned by what's her name from the Lakers?
Jeannie Buss.
Jeannie Buss.
Is that
Lakers
owner? Phil's wife?
Ex-wife.
Ex.
They're not together. Ex. I don't think they ever got married.
Oh, okay.
But they were together for a long time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Jeannie owns WOW.
Yeah.
And it's coming back with AJ Lee as an executive producer / I think she's doing color commentary.
Oh.
Really?
So she's not wrestling. I think she talked a little bit about like she has like a spinal injury or neck injury or something.
There's no doubt she'll be involved in some sort of angle.
Oh, maybe, but she's not going to be like a in-ring performer right now.
Right.
We'll see. Very odd to have her be a part of this, I guess, because it's not around all the time, so it's easier to do.
Well, especially if she's a producer. I'm sure that's a bigger deal.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is the promotion that has Tessa Blanchard in it
as their
like
star.
ace. Yeah. So
that's
a problem.
That people hate,
but
I was going to say
she's the racist one.
Yeah.
So problem right there. Big problem right there. My first act as executive producer is to fire her.
She's like fully in like
she's like the trainer and all that.
Trainer, casting, all that stuff. So I don't know.
Right.
It's just I don't know.
Very bizarre.
And she's Tessa. And...
Right. Tessa ain't changing.
Seems like it.
G1 Climax. Ongoing. We're now at. Are we at the final? We're close.
It's coming up soon.
Zack Sabre has 10 points. Kenta has 10 points. Ibushi has 12 points. Shingo has 10 points in the A block.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's pretty up to date. That was updated 5 hours ago.
It is. That is.
So, any one of those 4 men can win.
No, Zack Sabre cannot win the G1.
No, Zach can't
Win the
but I
block.
think
I'm talking about
Zach's,
the block.
Zach's coming out of that block.
No way.
Yes, way.
No, you said Ibushi's winning it and Shingo's behind him by 2?
Shingo and Kenta both have 10.
Yeah. It's
Zach
those
also
guys.
has 10.
Zach's the last of those 3.
Oh, you're crazy.
Or like the least chance of winning it.
Zach's doing it, man.
If he does it, does he lose though? Because he wins. If he wins the A block, he can lose. Is that
No,
okay with
he's
you?
gonna face Okada, and Okada will beat him.
Right. That's what's gonna happen.
Yes. Yep.
That brings us to the B block, which is Jeff Cobb and Okada both tied at 12.
And then
Okada.
Shitty Evil coming up.
Okay.
Bring up the rear.
Yeah, Evil has 8
Mm-hmm.
right now. So that brings me to a question. I was
Okada
scrolling through-
and Ibushi is what it is.
No, they're not
Okada
gonna
and
give that
Ibushi?
away. They always do like stuff like this. They're not gonna do as normal as you think. You know, and that's something they can hold off for down the road. So,
I would like to see Zach win. I think that'd be great. Something different, at least.
Zach should. He's just
He's not going to, but
he's not gonna win the whole thing. No.
right. That's what I mean. It would be exciting if he did win the whole thing, but he's not going to. There's no way. But if he has the main event match, like the block final, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Even if
I
he
think
loses.
so.
Did something happen with Kevin Kelly, or did I misread something?
Him and I don't know. It's just wrestling
You-
Twitter's the worst.
What I know for a fact is he went on Chase Owens' Twitch and said like New Japan has to be more exciting. But he like blamed it on the audience, not on the audience, but like the audience restrictions.
I
Said
don't
like that's a
know.
lot to do with it.
I don't
Then I read something else somewhere else that said, please, where he said during one of the broadcasts, please don't cancel your New Japan World subscriptions. I don't know if that's true or not. I can't find it.
he did say it, but
I can't find it anywhere.
I believe it was in a joking fashion because he was saying like, "Oh, evil," like talking about evil winning the whole thing, and then he said like, "Please don't cancel your
Okay.
subscription if he does." It's just, and then some people took it out of context. It's just like
Right.
everything, just like I don't
So,
know. It's just a whole
Evil winning. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that did happen. I was like, did that happen or did that not happen? It's hard
Yeah,
to tell sometimes. And there's no like articles about it. So obviously no one else thinks it's a big deal. It's like Evil sucks. Don't cancel your subscriptions
Yeah, I
if
don't
he
know.
wins.
But New Japan has to do something. Like,
It's a mess right
they
now.
got- It's just they gotta. I don't know.
Apparently the G1 has been fine, like for the most part, fine, but
it
nothing
has
awesome, which is sad.
I don't know. They gotta change it up. The COVID has really, I think, really hurt them creatively to such a degree that it's just, yeah, it's really hurt them.
Will Ospreay of New Japan is going to be working in MLW.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
Is he just chasing Bobby Fish or what's he doing?
I don't know. Bobby
He's
Fish,
everywhere.
not in MLW. Apparently not in MLW.
Oh, he's
like
not
was
doing both?
reported. I don't know. Is he? Not
What's
sure.
that?
Is Bobby doing both AEW and MLW?
Bobby's doing the Opera Cup, but Court Bauer like cleared it up, saying like he is not under like a full-time contract.
Oh, okay.
He's a talent. He's working his day, but he is now.
He's now fully signed to AEW.
Yeah,
We'll talk about it in a little bit. Hangman came back. We were debating who the Joker was going to be
Mhm.
during the Wednesday Dynamite AEW show, and saw Tony Khan was on Busted Open or something. It was on some show, and he said, like, this is the culmination of a lot of work, and we're finally excited to be able to pull the trigger on this and stuff. And I was like, oh, then it's Hangman, because if you're putting a lot of work on something and it just didn't happen, that's Hangman having a baby and not being around for his potential title win against Omega. So he comes in as the Joker. He wins the poker chip on top of the ladder in a fucking crazy ass ladder match.
Yeah, just
Some crazy bumps.
Trying to murder Pac.
Constantly trying to murder Pac.
Yep.
Just when he leaped like upwards instead of like going down.
When he dead-eyed Pac?
Yes, when he dead-eyed Pac, I was just
through
like,
a table.
Like
Andrade took a bad fall too. He got cracked on a ladder off the top.
Yeah.
Some nasty falls, but Hangman comes out on top. And I think this is good. I like it.
It's
you think
fine.
it's more hot shotting?
I don't know. Like I would have rather seen he lost his shot. I would have rather seen him fight his way back up. But I'm sure right now things aren't going as perfect as they'd like with the baby and the
right,
all the new talent coming in. Like I'm sure things are changing on the fly. Plans change, brother.
I don't know if he wins this thing. Originally, I thought for sure he was going to beat Omega and win the belt. Finally get that big moment.
I think he wins at Full Gear.
Wow.
And then they have that eliminator. Don't they have like a tournament coming up or something?
Yeah, they do.
And then I think Daniel Bryan wins that. And we possibly go right into a Daniel Bryan Adam Page.
Wow. Interesting. I still think Omega is going to disappear at some point here. So I think he's hurt.
He probably does need to.
There's a few things he said over last year, where he's been like, yeah, I'm pretty hurt. Like, eventually I'm going to disappear. So I could see him losing at Full Gear and disappearing for a while. And then have you just slot Adam Cole right in. Just boop, Adam Cole, you take over. Super Click, or you take over Super Elite for now. The Lucha Brothers are having mystery opponents. Is it this week or this week on Dynamite? It's back. It's back. The Mystico Family Tree is back.
Family Tree is back.
Because Dragon Lee's in there, and he's part of the Mystico Family Tree.
Yeah.
And who's the other guy?
It's Dragon Lee and Dragon Lee, right? Is that?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Dragon Lee and Dragon Lee, who are both
Dragon Lee and Mystico.
Mysticos.
So not Roosh then. No Roosh.
No, Roosh does not have a mask. I don't know if he's ever had a mask. I'm sure he's had a mask.
That doesn't mean he can't wrestle these dudes.
But
it's
no,
not Roosh. I don't
Dralistico.
Dralistico.
So it's for real though. It's Dragon Lee and Dralistico.
Yes.
Okay.
Dragon Lee, I don't know Dralistico. I assume he's good. I don't remember him from being Mystico or Sin Cara Dark or whatever. But I have to imagine that, Dragon Lee is excellent.
Yes.
So if he's anywhere close, then this is going to be a phenomenal match.
Well, he's his brother. They're all brothers.
Yeah.
Everybody's brothers with everybody.
Yeah, it's like they're like it's just like Samoans out. They're all related, Just crazy amount of family on family on family.
There's like 7 of them with 15 names. All of them.
That's the thing.
Using the same name. It's like Jesus Christ.
The different masks and stuff is very confusing.
Not that confusing.
There was just a AAA show where
Laredo Kid
and El Hijo de Viquino.
Yeah, that's a guy you've had pegged for a long time.
That guy, it blows my mind that guy has not made his. If once that guy makes his way to the U.S., like
he might be a Sin Cara.
That's the thing. It is like
he might become a Sin Cara,
fudging stuff up. But like, yeah, that dude is just. There's no way he doesn't become like a huge time. Like he doesn't get really over by doing his shtick. He's just insane.
Well, that should be a fun one. I like Andrade having. I like how you've gotten more ghost like.
Yeah,
Light
sorry.
off.
I'm trying to.
There's a real glow about you.
I'm fixing my monitors.
It's your turn to talk because GCW in the news because they had a big show in it.
Boo.
Had a big show in Atlantic City where Moxley won the GCW title off of.
I mean, that's huge for them,
Ooh.
no doubt.
No, he already has a GCW title. I'm sorry, he already won it. He retained against
Gage.
our friend Nick Gage.
Fuck Nick Gage.
And then shortly after that, they announced that they're going to be running the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Yeah, like I said, number 3 promotion.
Is the Hammerstein the one where Raw first was?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
And where ECW did a lot of their stuff.
Yes, and Ring of Honor
Okay.
did a lot of their stuff too.
Oh yeah, they used to do
They do.
their one big show there every year, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they do that anymore though.
What has happened to Ring of Honor? Where are they? Like
They're still around.
They
They're still
still
doing
pop up
stuff.
on my TV on like my saddest Saturday nights when I'm eating dinner by myself at 9 p.m. They're on.
They actually have like a decent women's division. It's just their men is just it's
they don't have
Gresham.
anybody.
It's Gresham. It's Roosh. It's
They got Bandito.
Bandito,
Bandito. Right. Yeah.
Dalton Castle,
Dalton still.
Danhausen, Danhausen,
Yeah. It's just
PCO.
no, PCO's done with them for the year.
He's gone.
Yes, but it's just the thing that always crazy is like they have the backing with Sinclair. Sinclair's bigger than WWE. It's like having like CBS or ABC behind you, but like I don't know, they're just
Right.
Ring of Honor. They're just literally. I think they peaked years and years ago, like over a decade ago, and like it's not going anywhere. And Impact, like I think if Impact does get if they were able to bring in what's his name, Bray, and bring in Braun, I think they could maybe have they could do decent touring. The thing is you got to have good shows, essentially. You got to then have good shows. Yeah.
They're not like terrible anymore.
No.
Not a laughing stock anymore. Their shows are watchable.
Yes.
They're investing in people that I question sometimes.
But still, too many times with like their women's division, it'll be like a really interesting matchup, but then like a male valet gets involved. You know? And it's just like, come on. But hey, speaking of their women's division.
Impacts?
Yeah.
Who's in their women's division?
Inspiration.
The Iconics. Yeah, that's further down. Further down. The Inspiration now. Are they there forever though? Are they going to be a part of that, or is this a one-off?
I don't know, but I wouldn't doubt if they're part of it. I wouldn't doubt it if they're a part of it.
So good on them for bringing them in.
Yeah.
We'll see how that looks. Is it going to be the same thing, or are they going to be a lot different?
I think they're going to be doing the same thing, which is fine with me.
Right.
It's a great thing. You know. So
it's nice to see them back after everything, because that was like a truly heartbreaking release. A lot of these other people,
it made no sense.
It was like, you're going to be fine. You can go and do whatever, blah, blah, blah. But the Iconic thing was like, not only were they great, what they did, this was their like life's dream to get to this job, to move from Australia, whatever, super young in their 20s, to make it, do all this stuff, do WrestleMania, like live their dream job, and then get fired. Just totally unceremoniously be fired after they were both on WrestleMania. And then now that they're fired, they don't have visas, so they can't work. So like all this stuff that was completely handled by WWE. They just left them in the dust because they have no work visas. So now they're stuck here. They've been fired from their dream jobs and they can't work. It's like,
Jesus.
wow, what a. I mean, we always
What a
knew they
shitty
were.
company.
We always knew they were going to be fine and go and do stuff, but it's just like that sucks. If you work your whole life to get somewhere and then you get there and you get fired after you do a good job and you get fired anyway.
It's not. It's not even their fault that they got fired.
Basically, trying to hope not to get sent out of the country so you can continue to work is just awful. What an awful experience. But I think they'll be totally fine.
They also, I like that fact that they basically said, like, you can only book us together. Like,
right.
We're only taking bookings as a duo.
Right. Well, that makes sense. I mean, they were better as a duo.
Well, yeah.
To talk more about GCW going to Hammerstein, what does this mean? You think this is a big
deal?
A big step for them?
They will sell it out, and that's going to be a big deal.
Well, Moxley's going to be in the main event, so of course.
Well, that's Getting Matt Cardona was a big deal. Getting Moxley's huge.
Yeah, and then
they still have Matt Cardona. He was there.
And Matt Cardona, it was in that lineup of people.
He's there. He had a match against Effie.
Yes,
he's part of it.
In that lineup, that's like their people. That is their like day-to-day roster. And Cardona was a part of it.
He's in it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
now are they going to Hammerstein for a one-off, or is it going to be like a weekly show?
No, it's a pay-per-view.
No, it's just one pay-per-view.
But
still,
because they don't have a weekly show.
They're running. No, they don't. No. Not at all.
No.
We're running.
But they're the third biggest promotion.
Right.
Apparently. They're apparently the third biggest promotion.
They don't even have a ring apron, Mike. How can they be the third biggest promotion?
Doesn't matter. They're hot, baby. They're hot.
The Johnnies are hot.
The Johnnies
are hot.
The Johnnies are hot, baby.
Jeez.
Nick Gage. And wait till they become the second. That's what they should do. They should do GCW versus AEW. Now that.
Oh my god, they would get destroyed.
That would be it'd be so fun to see. Like,
I don't want to see Nick Gage against anyone.
He's our friend. What are you talking about?
He's not my friend. He wants to kill me.
Us, Bill. Us.
Hey, is he your friend?
No.
Listen, you guys went after him first.
Yeah, you sure
All
did.
I said was
you picked the fight. You picked the fight.
You picked a fight with a Murder Death King.
Dick.
And now he's got Mike's daughter in
Poppy
part
Shotzi.
of the MDK game too. So look out. She might shank you behind the ankles.
Poppy Shotzi coming at us.
Poppy Shotzi come in and shank you behind the leg.
Yep. But I think they're very happy where they like.
Yeah.
It blows. This is the other thing that blows my mind, because people constantly bitching about PWG and like them streaming live, like that's what they want to do, man. Like that's just how it is. Like,
why would people bitch about that? I feel like that's just easier to get eyes on this.
The GCW thing in PWG I'm talking is like GCW doesn't have a weekly show. They just run like live events, which is just fine.
Yeah,
it's just like how PWG doesn't do like live streaming.
Mm-hmm.
They just do the DVDs, and that's how they do it.
Okay.
And it works.
And it's just crazy how so many people don't understand just the business model. Like, I get it, it's kind of outdated, but then you can't do what they're doing with the live streaming. You can't do it with PWG. Like, and what's the big deal? Like, if they don't want to do it, then okay.
Buy the DVDs. That means you got to buy those DVDs, though. That's the problem.
People get like indignant about it. It's just like, man. But yeah, GCW, they're gonna do what they're doing. They're, as long as it seems like they're just growing and growing, and it seems like they don't need to really do anything else to do it. Maybe occasionally bring in, like I said, they brought in Thunder Rosa, which is like a good addition for like a couple shows, They brought in Mercedes Martinez.
She fits there well.
She fits,
For now, Triple H said she can come back.
She's family. She's always got a spot.
But yeah, it's just,
We'll see. Third biggest company, GCW.
It's what I said. It is literally what has happened before will happen again. It's WCW, WWF, ECW, and then
again.
And it's all over again. It's just bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers how like the third biggest promotion is, this new up and coming promotion is just, is biting at WWE's heels, and the third biggest.
God, get out of here with that. They're not fighting at WWE.
I'm not talking about GCW. I'm talking about AEW.
Oh, okay.
AEW, and then GCW is the third hardcore deathmatch crazy, like cult like, following of GCW.
They're the third man.
Yeah.
Okay. Bill, you got a segment to be named later for us?
I do, based off of a certain pillowcase we talked about last week.
When you kiss that Z-Man goodnight.
That's right. So before we'll get to Z-Man.
Okay.
First, I just wanted to clear up some confusion around El Gigante.
El Gigante.
Okay.
He was in WCW from 1990 to 1992. And then in 92 and then later in 94, 95, he also was played the same character in New Japan and Wrestling and Romance.
Yes, he had matches in New Japan against Chris Candido.
What?
Yes, I've seen bits of it. It's crazy.
He also was supposed to make a comeback in 1995 in WCW, but unfortunately had a diabetes attack backstage, like when it was supposed to happen.
Oh, shit.
He was originally slated to play a character known as the Yeti.
He was supposed to be
Gigante the Yeti?
Yeah, that was supposed to be him, and then he had a diabetes attack there at the event, and they had
then they brought in Reese.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't he in WWF as giant whatever the hell?
Gonzalez.
Giant Gonzalez
in the middle there.
In the middle there, yes.
Because he was at
WrestleMania at Caesar's Palace, right?
Yes.
Yeah, in 93, right?
When Undertaker, his streak was continued when he chloroformed him.
Yeah, he got beat up, but got disqualified.
Yeah. Or did he try to chloroform Undertaker? What happened there? I forget now.
He did chloroform Undertaker, so Undertaker won via.
Oh, so he beat the Undertaker technically.
Well, technically he
got
did
DQ'd.
not.
Got DQ'd.
Yeah, he knocked Undertaker out cold though.
He did it before Brock did it.
Yeah.
El Gigante.
And then I also did want to just defend Tom Zenk, Z-Man, aka the Barry Horowitz of WCW.
Yeah, he was bigger than that. Come on.
Among besides all the various tag team, excuse me, all the tag team belts he won, he also was the WCW World Six-Man Tag Team Champion with Dustin Rhodes and Big Josh. You may know Big Josh as Matt Bourne, aka Doink.
Oh,
there we go. There's a name I know.
He was the last NWA World Television Champion / the first WCW World Television Champion.
Wow, Mike. Barry Horowitz never won a title.
In PWI 1992, he was ranked number 38 in the top 500 wrestlers in the world.
Thank
38.
But most importantly, way back in 1994, Uncle Dave, you, Ryan, and you especially, Mike, your favorite, named him the Rookie of the Year, tied with one Jushin Liger. That's right. He's the same as Jushin Thunder Liger.
Wow. The Z-Man.
Just his long and illustrious career.
The Z-Man.
That's high praise for him.
I don't think Liger can say he held belts with both Goldust and Doink.
I don't think so. Z-Man. He made it on a pillowcase. Come on. He's a top guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking for a Z-Man right now. I know I have a Z-Man here somewhere. I'll tell you what I do have. El Gigante.
There he is.
Oh,
Oh, he's blending in. El
I want to go
Gigante.
back.
There you
Look at
go.
that
Wearing
shirt.
That's right.
Look at that shirt. I can't
So-
find Z-Man.
Man, so rookies of the year. Let's see how many strikeouts. Wyndham, Brad Armstrong, Steve Williams, Road Warriors, Yamada. Oh, right, that's Jushin. Jack Victory in 1985.
Hmm.
Who?
He was in ECW as Steve Carino's partner or something like that, right?
Yeah, I think he was. Brian Pillman, Bam Bam Bigelow, Gary Albright, Dustin Rhodes, Steve Austin, Johnny B. Bad.
Woo!
Oh boy.
Johnny B. Bad. Hey, you know who was it?
Johnny B. Bad was super over in
He
WCW,
was.
and when he became Mark Marrow,
Yeah.
that was like supposed to be Vince's like revenge on them for taking the Diesel and Razor, right? Because he was like,
Right.
oh, that was the idea behind it, bringing him in because he thought he was like a main player over there, and it turns out he was not. He was Mark Marrow.
Rey Mysterio Jr., Jun Nakayama, Mikey Whipwreck.
Wow.
Mikey Whipwreck from ECW. Sean O'Hare.
Wow.
What's this Sean O'Hare again?
He was like one of the big guys with like a.
He was that. What was he?
Was in
part of
WCW.
New Blood?
Yeah, with
He was part of the
the
New
last
Blood.
the last tag team steroid champions they had.
Yeah, he was very. What was it? Monster
right.
Factory.
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah,
Not the Monster Factory. It was the
Power
Power
Plant.
Yeah.
Power Plant. Well, I can't find Z-Man in my pack of cards. I know I have a Z-Man somewhere.
You have more Tommy Riches or whatever, but
I have a lot of wilds for Tommy Rich, who was also in he was in ECW as the head of the Italian mobsters there, right? Wasn't he in that?
Oh, with Tony Mamaluke.
Yeah, Tony Mamaluke. He was like a part of that. Did you know that?
Tony Mamaluke, right?
Yeah, those guys.
He gave it to a guy called Frightmare from Chikara in 2009. What the?
He was supposed to be good, right?
I don't know.
Frightmare was supposed to be good.
Oh, cool. Frightmare.
So
Adam
Dave's
Cole.
like 60% on his rookies of the year here.
Yeah, Dragon Lee, Chad Gable, Matt Riddle, Ronda Rousey,
Pretty good.
Jungle Boy, Pat McAfee last year.
Wow.
Rookie of the year.
Wow.
I officially hate Uncle Dave. He's an idiot.
Wow. All right.
What does he consider a rookie of the year? Like, what does he consider a rookie?
It is a tough.
It's hard.
It
That's
is
hard.
tough. You know.
When they first break onto the mainstream, probably.
Yeah, I guess. Because Jungle Boy, he had to, but he was around longer than.
Yeah.
Jungle Boy was wrestling.
He did PWG.
He was wrestling since he was 14. So he'd been around forever. All right. Time for everybody's favorite new segment. That's not new. How much is this shit going for on eBay? It is really heated up here. It is really heated up.
Yeah, I tied it up.
No. Wally's ahead. 8 points.
8 to 7-1. Yes.
Bill has 7 points. He's down by 1. And the Ghost Mike has 1 point because this is the third time he's ever done it. So
Blowing it. Just like fantasy football this week, where I played two guys who were out.
Yeah, whoa! I thank you for doing that. Thank you.
You play? Did you play Dalvin Cook?
Yeah.
No, he played.
Ridley and Montgomery.
Yeah,
and then Jesus!
I was looking at.
Yeah, that was told on like Friday or Thursday or Friday that they wouldn't be playing.
I was watching that game in the morning, and they're like, "Oh, Ridley's out, so it's going to be a big game for Kyle Pitts." And I go, "Oh, fuck, Mike has Kyle Pitts. Damn it!" And then I look, and I'm like, "Wait, he's benched Kyle Pitts, and he's playing Ridley. What the hell? What happened here?"
I don't know.
He's playing 4D chess, is what he's
Yes.
doing.
Yeah, is that what it was? Anyway, how much is this shit going for on eBay? Here we go.
Right.
This is the item.
Let's get a description, please.
This is a Ric Flair wristwatch. Ric Flair wristwatch. Hold on, let me bring up the description for you. Here, it's gonna help a
The
lot.
actual watch part.
Underneath Ric Flair, you flip that thing up.
Oh,
okay. So this was like a style of watch because during the pandemic, I went to my parents' house and I found a big box of shit. And I was digging through it. And I found Ninja Turtle watches like this where they were on.
Oh yeah, that was all the thing. That was a
and
big
then they
I
would
do
flip up.
remember
So that was a style of watch
that was
in
the
the
style
90s.
for sure.
And that's what drew me to this listing. So here it is. Ready for the description?
In awful
Yep.
condition, the box at least.
Sure. It is in a box.
It's not mint.
It's not mint, but it is sealed and never used.
Look at the corners.
The watch has never been used. Anyway, description: brand new, super rare Ric Flair WCW digital watch, still sealed in package, never used. That's all you get.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. 1991 Ric Flair watch, vintage, memorabilia, rare. Okay. I'm not putting shipping in because it's a nominal shipping fee.
Okay.
There are other folks that have watches. I bet you can guess who they are. There's 3 others.
Ding.
Sting.
By the same person.
Z-Man. Yeah.
Not Z-Man.
No?
Sting,
Oh.
Luger, and Sid Vicious are the other ones.
Okay.
Okay, so there's 4 of these.
Pretty close. The Luger, Sid, and Rick probably all
The
very
same,
similar looking action.
the same guys. All right, so if we're looking at this, we've got a WCW in gold Flair on the wrist part of it. What is this Ric Flair font? It's
Spray
very
paint.
intense.
It's spray paint.
Intense spray paint for Rick.
You know, Rick always
He's
spray
a
painting
He's a
stuff.
classy guy. He's not spray painting anything. We got a title belt on there. He's got a title belt. It's in the WCW. It's the action figures, the WCW Galoob style. Well, you have to go first because you're at the disadvantage. Then Bill, then Mike. What do you bid asking price for this? 1991 Ric Flair child's watch that's in a box.
It's gonna be something stupid.
But how stupid, Wally?
A one size fits all for your child.
$100.
$100 opening bid.
All right.
Bill?
Well, I would do this maybe differently, except that I don't want. Let's see.
Oh, strategy.
Mike tries to ruin everything. So Mike, you have to screw one of us. You can't screw us both. I'm just gonna say $1.
$1. 100 for Wally, $1 for Bill. What do you got, Mike?
$101.
You're a dick.
I win.
Wow.
You are
The actual asking price is
199 cents.
close. $199
Oh,
and 99 cents. A $200 child's wristwatch.
You're looking for $200 for this?
$200, which means that Mike, you have won. You are now.
You know what, Bill? I'm on your side now. We should not include Mike's scores in the ranking.
Yep.
It is
So
now
I would be up
8-7-2. Mike is back,
Slowly coming.
climbing
back.
his way back in.
Climbing his way back.
Ric Flair watch,
for this?
$200
That's
for this.
insane. That would
That
be
is nuts.
50 cents in a fucking claw machine game. You know, in a
Good
fucking
Lord.
a quarter.
200.
That's
It's like in a what's it called? In an arcade, it'd be 100 tickets. For an
Not
arcade.
even. It's bonkers. Like I'm sure there's just bids out the wazoo.
Not yet.
None? How long's
No
it been up
bids
for?
yet. Wow, that's surprising.
I
Are
don't
you gonna
know.
be the first?
Maybe if only it was a Sting getting screwed by Ric Flair watch, then I would
Well,
definitely have to pick it up. Oh my gosh. All right. We've got a couple of quick hitters before Mike has to go to bed. Bobby Fish is all elite.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Thoughts?
How many-
Surprised?
How many people can you say are elite before it doesn't mean anything anymore?
Oh, wow.
I mean, I like Bobby. Don't get me wrong. It's just how can everyone be elite?
You sound like Dan Lambert right now.
Who's Dan Lambert?
The head of America's top team. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
America's top team, of course.
Well, if you consider everyone in the world, then yes, all these people are elite at
Hmm.
wrestling.
Well, he's a
makes
part of
sense,
the
right?
team.
Sure.
He had his match against Sammy. It was a good match.
Yeah, he's very
Solid.
good.
Yeah,
When he's
He's
healthy, he's
got-
very good.
How
he's a good veteran hand that can put people over, and I'm sure that's what he's there for.
Yep.
because he's
You know,
40s now?
45. He's old.
Holy Jesus,
Yeah, he's almost 50. What do you think about we talked about this, we kicked this around. The TBS title is real. The TBS title is going to be a women's title,
I like
As
that.
opposed to the TNT title.
which will still remain as a men's title.
I like that it's the TBS title. I like that it's a women's title. I don't like the TBS logo on it. I think it's ugly because I don't like that it's lowercase. That drives me crazy.
But that's TBS's actual
I
logo.
know. I know. I hate it. Just put
So
it.
they're
in-
gonna do TNT on TBS.
Well, Rampage is still going to be on
Friday Night Rampage will be on
TNT,
TNT still.
Oh, okay.
and
So
yeah,
that's
God.
Fridays at 10.
They couldn't be more WCW if they tried, and they are trying. They just switched the shows, right? They switched their early show and their Friday show, TBS and TNT.
TBS will be Dynamite.
Oh, you're saying like
It used
Nitro
to be
was
TNT Thunder,
Nitro was
right?
TNT and TBS was Thunder.
Yeah. Man, it's disgusting.
It's disgusting. By God.
Yeah, I
They're
don't
going to
know.
be out of business in like 5 years.
Wow.
This title either should go. I don't know, like if it's Ruby or Jade. I feel like those two.
Yeah.
What are those
Right.
two? Ruby or Jade?
I like how
Who's-
Britt Baker was like, good thing you all got a second place title or something like
Yeah.
that. Who cares about that thing? That was fun.
Who's going to be the big signing from WWE to be like the Hollywood Hogan?
That
Oh.
there's no one. There's it. It would have to be Kevin.
It's already
Owens.
happened, right?
Yeah, it's already kind of happened.
Moxley was the Hollywood Hogan signing, right?
You could say
Technically?
KO Owens.
Yeah,
Yes,
KO.
but I think Moxley is bigger than Owens.
Roman Reigns.
Like that would have to be it. I think
Yeah,
Roman
and that's
Reigns
never
would
gonna
have to
happen.
jump ship.
That's never
Yeah.
gonna happen.
No.
So we're never going to have the true.
Well, the thing was,
WWF
though,
WCW
Hogan
title.
had jumped as Hogan before he was NWO.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's true.
He was Reg
He
Hogan.
was just he was Reg Hogan for a while.
Hogan.
And then they booed him so much that he decided it was a good idea to join the NWO. All right. We talked about the Iconics going to Impact. Good for them. I got two fun ones before we get out of here. We'll get you out of here, Mike. Number one, I'm going to skip this first one. Number one, Tag Me In mental health program. You see this? It's Trish Stratus, Mick Foley, Lita, a couple others, Lillian Garcia started a mental health program for wrestlers where they can call hotlines and stuff, and because of suicide prevention, because of Daphne and others. So they started this whole thing together, these random legends doing this for wrestlers. So I thought that was cool. And then this is a super weird take, but I wanted to throw it in here. Super weird take. Bill and Wally, you probably won't get this, because I don't think you've ever
Sure that
seen
I
this before. But Tony Khan gives a real good hug. Have you seen Tony? Have you
No.
noticed how Tony Khan gives hugs? Tony Khan gives a nice hug. Go watch him hug Taz when they were in Philadelphia, and after the show, he had Taz do like a whole ECW thing
Yeah, that was
in
good. They brought out
Philadelphia.
the ECW people. They brought out
Yeah,
Dean
Jerry Lynn.
Malenko, Jerry Lynn,
Yeah.
Jericho.
Well, he hugs them all. He gives a good hug. He gives a nice hug. I want to get a Tony Khan hug. Very COVID professional. He turns his head
Yes.
away. Turned his head away, but watch him give out some hugs. I thought it was very
Sure.
funny how he hugged. No, just go watch it.
It
Watch
was
how
a
he
good
hugs Taz. Watch the complete just jubilance he gives when he gives Taz a big hug.
You
Just
guys,
he runs over to him. He like jumps in his arms.
you
It's
guys
cool.
need to watch. You guys need to watch. I don't know what it is, but
The Undertaker thing.
no,
Oh.
you need to watch Dark Side of the Ring.
Which Dark Side of the Ring? We've seen a bunch.
All of them.
We've seen a
It's
bunch
a
of
full
them.
I watched the first 2 seasons by myself.
We
I think
talked
I only
about.
saw
We
the
did the
one.
New Jack one.
Okay,
Yeah.
I saw that.
We did another one too, didn't
The
we?
latest one
Yeah.
was good.
Which one was it?
Wasn't that the plane ride from hell?
No, it was
No.
about this
It was-
Canyon?
no, not the Canyon. It's about K9. This guy K9 who was like a Hell's Angel type of guy. It blew up a police station. It was,
Wow.
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, you can go to bed. We're gonna talk about Space Cowboys.
Oh man.
Did we
oh,
do the
man.
Montreal Screwjob one? Or the match made in heaven, the Savage and Miss Elizabeth?
Not
I
that.
don't remember. We definitely did New Jack.
We did
Von Erichs?
no violence. Where's my music? We did Vampiro, right?
No, Vampiro had his own documentary.
Yes, Vampiro had his
yeah.
own doc.
Which is incredible. We should do that again. Just do it all repeat.
Do it again.
Just do it again. First ever repeat chosen one review. Vampiro documentary. It was great. I can't wait to watch it again. All right, Mike, go to bed. Space Cowboys.
See you later.
See ya.
Peace out.
Space Cowboys. Old Man Dick's Weird In Sync songs. Tommy Lee Jones shooting out
That
nukes.
was in sync, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
The worst musical cue of all time.
Yeah, I heard it and I'm like, is that in sync? What is
Yes.
going on?
That's In Sync singing a movie specific written song for Space Cowboys.
Oh, dear Lord.
They missed the obvious opportunity not putting that Steve Miller song in here, right?
They missed many opportunity for music that they should have put in, and who knows why they put In Sync in there. It does not fit. Doesn't fit the audience watching it. Doesn't fit the old men on the screen. Very bizarre.
All right. So Space Cowboys starts off. I like how it started off with like this first couple scenes in blue lighting.
This
To
is
show that it's in old days.
it's really weird because it's young actors using the real voices of current Tommy Lee Jones and Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually they don't do that in flashbacks, but
I
was
kind of like that
distracting.
idea. It was interesting. It was
yeah.
So it starts with a super fast jet flying around, testing the limits of its height and speed. The pilot Hawk is talking about going to the moon, and when the plane engine dies and they start to free fall. They argue about ejecting until they actually absolutely have to when the wing gets torn off. Hawk is carefree, but his co-pilot. What'd you say?
So yeah, it's time now when there's no
Yeah.
wing.
How can you even talk when you're in a free fall like that? How can you even talk under those G forces? But whatever.
Hawk is a carefree guy, but his co-pilot Frank is super pissed, and they get in a fist fight on the ground. Then they get chewed out by the Major Gerson. He then holds a press conference announcing NASA being formed and that the Air Force is being pushed out of the space exploration. And we have to see Frank shake a monkey's hand. Now we go to the present day, and NASA is giving a briefing that a Russian satellite is crashing to the Earth. Russia isn't happy about letting it crash to Earth because it is a big communication satellite for them. Gerson says they're going to help But Sarah, the girl who's given the press conference afterwards, she goes up to him and she says that it was a lie. They're not going to actually help or whatever. The satellite has the same guidance system as another satellite, which was made by Frank. We go and meet Frank, and he's super racist, and he gets locked in his garage with his wife.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but what does he do that's super racist? I'm trying
He
to remember.
makes fun of the instruction manual
Yeah.
for not
He's
being
saying-
all in English.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And says basically a Chinese man wrote this and it was interpreted by a Japanese man, and then on and
I
on.
will say, working in the translation business, if you have something translated back and forth, it will lose all meaning. That
That's
is true. He
That
doesn't
was his-
explain it very well.
That was his
but-
argument, yes, but
Yeah.
not in a rational way.
No. So the garage door opens, and NASA is there to ask for his help. It's Sarah and an astronaut named Ethan. They go inside and they tell him it's a Russian satellite, and he's not happy about that.
Huh.
He's even madder that they work for Gerson. And he tells him to get out. He's not going to help him. The next day, he shows up at NASA, and he's going to help him.
Yep.
That's how quick he changed his mind.
That easy.
Yep. There's lots of tension between him and Gerson, but Frank wants them to send his team up to fix the satellite. It's his team of old Air Force buddies, Team Daedalus. Gerson obviously says, they're too old. And Frank asks how the guidance system ended up on a Russian satellite in the middle of the Cold War, but Gerson doesn't give him an answer. But he agrees to send up the old guys as long as they train to fix the guidance system alongside of his team of young astronauts, and as long as the old guys can pass strict physical restrictions, all the stuff that normal astronauts have to pass.
Which these guys absolutely could not do. They kind of skip
No,
over
I
how
think
they
so.
go from not being able to run to passing the physicals. But
Yeah.
We do skip over it, so don't worry.
Yep.
We see them
Frank
running,
goes-
but
Yeah.
doesn't mean
Frank
they're
goes-
fast.
No. Franco's recruiting his old buddies. Tank is a priest now. Jerry designs and builds roller coasters, which that's got to be a cool
Wow.
fucking job, right?
Yeah.
Like that's really cool. And then Hawk is a crop duster who takes civilians on scary plane rides.
Did you know the character of Hawk's name in this is Hawk Hawkins?
No.
know
that's
that?
his nickname. It's not his
No.
first
Yeah.
name.
It says Hawk Hawkins here on IMDb's thing. Hawk Hawkins.
Really?
Yes. Hawk
Right.
Hawkins.
So Frank and Hawk haven't talked in 12 years. Hawk tells Frank that his wife died on him, and he tells him that no, he's not going up into space. Frank goes to meet up with the others at a local bar, and then he said to tell them that Hawk's not going to join them, but Hawk's already there waiting for him, and he's in as well. Which, again, they change their minds like that.
So
which,
fast.
if you know old men, is
Not
accurate,
true.
correct?
They never change their minds about anything.
Super accurate, right? No,
No, not at
Okay.
all.
All right.
I'm already like old man, get off my front porch kind of. I'm already there. I'm not even old yet.
Team Daedalus goes to NASA and they meet Sarah. Gerson and the Russian general talk about Daedalus going up, and Gerson says that he's going to keep them grounded no matter what, and it's going to be his guys going up.
Yep.
I mean,
Sarah-
this guy's painted as like the bad guy, which I guess he
Yeah.
is in the end. But
He is.
he's not wrong, right? No,
He
you
is
should
not-
not go up, you weirdos who have no experience. You should not
Yes.
go up.
He's not wrong about that.
He's not wrong. They let them fly. They let them run the entire mission. Like the two actual astronauts who know what the fuck is going on are sitting in the back just waiting for something bad to happen. This is a bad idea. This is a very bad idea.
So Sarah's giving a presentation about the mission details. Lots of technical terms that I was like, I am kind of keeping up with this, but Jesus Christ, And she tells them that they can't just go up and retrieve it because it's too big, which seems suspicious. The flight director, who is Gene, he's the one who's like, Houston, I'm Houston. So Gene keeps asking a bunch of tough questions, and he says that he's out of this. He's not going to do it unless two of his guys go up, Ethan and Roger.
He also changes his mind very quickly.
Yep. He tells them flat out no. And then within the span of 2 sentences says, all right, but my 2 guys have to go up. Then we get a physical by a female doctor, and they're all embarrassed except for Jerry. Jerry is blind, but he memorizes the bottom line after Hawk goes.
I love this.
Memorizes the
This
bottom
is
line.
actually great.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And
Although he takes off big, thick glasses before he like does it. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's just like look at you or whatever." But
yeah.
So he fools the doctor that way. And
there's a lot of real uncomfortable old man sexuality going on in this movie. Clint Eastwood thinks he can still get it.
No. Tommy Lee thinks he can still get it.
Well, he wrote it, so I'm assuming he's like, this is how it really is. Old men can definitely get these ladies just by showing them their wieners.
There's a couple times in the movie already where they're like, oh, that person, how are they doing? They're dead. And so Hawk's getting his blood drawn by the doctor, and he finds out that he knew her as a kid, and he asks how her dad's doing, and she says that he's dead.
He's dead.
So it's kind of like, you guys are too fucking old for this. They go for a run with the young astronauts, and they're old and slow. They try to lift some weights, but are weak and
old.
Who is it? Hawk's trying to do a bench press, and Tank has to basically lift it up with him each time. Yeah,
I did like that though, where he's just very, very clearly pulling up.
Help. Yeah, doing a lot of the work, doing 50% of the work. Yeah. Frank and Hawk then get competitive about a race, and they say the loser has to get him a beer. We see Frank sends Sarah into the locker room after their race, and she goes in to talk to Hawk, who is changing. And
old man dick.
Yeah, don't know why. And then he asks her out for a beer because, of course, this young girl would want to go out with this old geriatric doctor.
This young scientist who's smarter than everybody in the entire movie wants to go out with the idiot pilot.
Yep. So then they do,
because he's a cool guy.
They do the test where they simulate the G strength, the G force that they're going to have to take. And Frank and Hawk test each other to see who passes out first. And they have control to see how fast things going. And Gene comes in and he shuts it down. He's pissed. And
they crank it like all the way up, past where they're supposed to be.
So at the bar that night, Jerry's dancing with a young girl. Tank wins at the claw game because he's like the engineer. No, whatever.
He's also the grandfather.
Yeah.
He's the only one who actually have family.
Yeah. So Tank wins at the claw game, and he wins a stuffed animal. And then Hawk and Frank are playing pool when they start harassing the waitress. A biker tries to stop them from harassing the waitress, and he's about to get in a fight with them because they're the assholes. So Frank and Hawk start arguing with each other, and Hawk thinks it's just for show. They go outside, and Frank actually punches him, and they get, fighting again.
Two real quick things about Gene.
Go ahead.
Who we talked about. He comes in. He's like the head of, what is it, Houston or whatever? What do they call that?
He's the flight director.
Mission control. That's what it is.
Yeah, mission control. Yeah.
So Gene, the guy who plays Gene is named William Devane, and he is from Albany, New York.
Really?
From Albany, New York.
He's in other stuff too.
And guess what he's in, Bill?
He looks familiar.
One of your favorite movies ever.
What's that?
Interstellar.
Who is he in Interstellar? Is he also in NASA in Interstellar?
Somebody named
I think
Williams.
so. Yeah.
Somebody named Williams.
I think he's part of NASA.
You would recognize him, Wally, because he's the president in The Dark Knight Rises. I'm assuming. That's what you know him
Sure.
from.
Probably.
The Dark Knight Rises. He was in 24. A bunch of other stuff from Albany, New York. This guy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. How fun is that? He's
He
worked
went
a
to
lot.
Albany High. Wow.
His top 3 movies of all time, though, or top 3 things. Space Cowboys makes it into the top 3. That's sad. So that must be one of his best parts. But yeah, Albany, New York. William Devane.
Yeah, he was one of the in Interstellar. He plays a dude from NASA. Like he works for NASA.
There you go. He's typecast. Sorry.
So the next day, Gene notices the black eyes on both of them, and they both give the same excuse. So he decides to fuck with them while they're doing the flight simulator. He throws them a slight curveball, or a couple curveballs, which causes Hawk to crash. And he crashes also because he tried to go manual on the flight simulator, and the computer wouldn't allow him to do that. So he asked for a second go of it and increase the difficulty without the computer assistance. And while he's going, he brings the nose of the flight simulator up as high as it can go. They think they're going to stall out, but then he lands it nice and softly.
Perfect.
That makes total sense.
Even though they tell him like, no, you're not flying a plane, you're flying a brick.
Yeah.
Right.
And he lands it. Hawk and Sarah then go out, have a beer. He tells her about this girl he loved in college. It's just a bunch of love story bullshit between these two.
God.
Then we see a reporter takes a picture of the old guys working out, and it runs in the paper the next day. So they're super embarrassed by this. Sarah thinks it's funny, but Gershon is pissed. The guys get a tour of their onboard living situations. Basically, this is how you poop in space.
Yep.
And then there's a practicing montage. Before we meet, we see our wrestling connection, Jay Leno.
Our wrestler, Jay Leno.
He interviews them on his show. Oh, fuck, where'd I go?
Of course. He's
interviewing Team Daedalus, obviously. Tank, he mentions his priest. He talks about Jerry being a babe magnet. And then he says that they all have war experience. And then he asks them, which side, the North or the South? Because I really like that joke. It was a good Civil War joke.
Is this where they send them in the cafeteria? I kind of like that too, where they send them the young astronauts, send them like the insurer, and they actually are like, great, we love this stuff.
Yeah.
And they try
this all the time.
Yeah,
that was fun.
They do that after they worked out, and then the old astronauts send him something back after he lands the brick successfully in the flight simulator.
They send him back baby food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they sent him baby food back.
That's pretty good. So then we see Frank underwater fixing the problem, I guess, to simulate weightlessness.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's something they really do, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And they get out of the water, and Ethan asks him, how he fixed the problem. But Frank kind of won't tell him.
Yeah, he's like, you watch me do it.
Yeah. And then Ethan kind of lets it slip that Gershon is going to screw him over again. So Frank goes and has an argument with Gershon, who tells him he has a profile there, and it shows that Hawk has inoperable pancreas cancer.
Which literally changes nothing about the mission, because
nope.
He is it's a problem later on, not right now.
Yeah.
So Frank thinks that's a lie. And then Gershon tells him that he's going to send them up anyways without Hawk, though, because now they're national heroes after everybody's seen them and whatever. So then we see Hawk and Sarah looking at his old Blackbird, and they talk about his cancer. They have another lovey-dove moment. Frank finds them, and Sarah leaves. And then Hawk tells him, to go up without him if that's the offer on the table. And he says that he'd go up without Frank if he had the choice, if the roles were switched, which I don't blame him. I would have gone up without him too.
Space scares the
Um,
living shit out of me. I would never go in space. Unless I had no choice, I would never go to space.
I would probably do
No,
it.
no way.
I would definitely do it. Yeah.
No
I would probably
way.
do it.
They're not doing this. No, thank you.
Frank then goes to Gerson and tells him he'll teach Ethan everything he needs to know how to fix the problem, but he won't go up without Hawk. And Sarah says that Hawk passed his physical despite the cancer. So there's really no reason to take him off the mission. We see Jerry gets prescription space sunglasses. And
just magic sunglasses so he can see anything now.
Well, his girlfriend made them for him.
Yeah.
His new girlfriend, the doctor who saw his penis.
Yep.
That's how it works.
Well, he does have that fun comment about unlimited orgasms on Jay Leno. So
Oh
that
yeah,
is
he
true.
says
Yeah.
he says that on Jay Leno. Oh boy.
So then we get to the day of the flight, and they're walking past friends and family and media and stuff as they do. Frank doesn't even look at his wife, right?
Nope.
Doesn't look at her at all. No. Okay, just making sure I didn't miss
No.
it. Yeah. They're strapping into the shuttle. Frank and Hawk are in the first two seats, and there we go. Tank and Jerry are in the second two, and there we go. Ethan and Roger are in the last two, and there we go. And we get a liftoff. Woo! Gerson tells the Russian official that their man is up there with them, so everything's going to work out fine. And then we get some pretty cool space appreciation shots, cool visuals. They get a visual on the satellite. So they start using their radar, which causes the satellite to target them. So they turn it off. Gene and Sarah back in Houston ask what kind of satellite it is because it is gigantic.
Something's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gerson says, keep going with the mission. Just keep doing it. Whatever.
Shut up.
Ethan also is convincing Frank and Hawk and everybody to just keep going with the mission. It doesn't matter. Just keep going. They make contact with the satellite with the grabby, the arm grab thing.
The grabby.
Yeah.
Deploy the grabby.
Yeah, the arm claw that. Yeah. So then we get to see a suit walk for Frank, Jerry, and Ethan, and they take jetpacks to get closer to the satellite. Frank finds nuclear missiles on board, so he aborts the mission. So this is why
it doesn't tell anybody. Just says,
yeah, no.
Abort the mission. What is it? What's wrong? I'm not going to tell you.
No.
There's nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Ethan wants him to keep going no matter what. Doesn't matter. Shoot. Where'd I go?
Seems like Ethan might be an agent or something like
yeah.
Bad guy.
He's fully aware of what's going on.
Yeah, he seems like
so
he's evil.
They get back and Frank asks Ethan what is going on, and Ethan's just being a little prick. So Frank relays this information to Houston, tells him, there's giant nuclear missiles on board, and Gerson pretends not to know this, which is obvious that he knows it. Russian general says that the Icon, which is the name of the satellite, is a Soviet relic that will target American cities if it goes offline. It'll think something wrong has happened, and it'll start firing the missiles by itself.
My God.
Gerson pretends to be concerned for the astronauts now, and Frank then asks him how the guidance system got on board of this Cold War era Soviet satellite. And that's when the general tells him that the plans were stolen from Gerson's private files. So Houston tells Daedalus that someone is outside the ship, and we see that Ethan, jammed the airlock door to put Icon back into. He jammed the airlock door because he's going to go out there and he's going to put Icon back into order, complete, finish their mission and such. Frank tells Roger, the other astronaut, to get suited up to get out there when the door is fixed. Frank is telling Ethan not to lock onto the rockets. He's just telling him, don't fire the rockets, don't fire the rockets of the satellite. Ethan does anyways, which causes the satellite to arm itself. So parts of it are breaking off of the satellite and crashing down onto the shuttle and just causing mayhem.
Yeah, it's all very bad in space.
Yeah, the debris hits the shuttle and Ethan, and the satellite starts to crash into the shuttle. We see the arm break off, and now it's floating dead in the water towards the Earth, about to get drawn into the gravitational pull.
Not good. Not good.
Roger is Icon and Ethan, who's still connected to the satellite. They're floating away from the ship. Roger's injured down in the bay, and he's bleeding badly. So
What happened to him?
he's
They just
off
screen.
Yeah,
off screen that happens.
Yeah. So Frank and Hawk are suiting up to go fix the new problems that have happened. They take the jetpacks to reach the Icon, which is now very far away from them. Frank gets inside of it, while Hawk starts realigning the satellite's rockets by hand. Frank fires the rockets to stop the drift away from the shuttle and get it to stay out of the Earth's orbit and crash to Earth. But he barely makes it back to the controls to shut the rocket back off. Otherwise, it would have started firing back towards the shuttle, and then they would have had no way to stop it again. Ethan's been knocked out. Now they have a problem. They can't get the shuttle back into orbit and get it to stay in orbit with only one rocket left on the satellite, not the shuttle. Hawk tells him.
This is where I got confused as to what this actual master plan is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hawk
Because
tells
they don't
Frank,
show anything.
Yeah, Hawk tells Frank to bring Ethan back to the shuttle and to give him all the extra oxygen that they can. His plan, roughly in my estimate, is he plans to he straps himself to the satellite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to push it towards the moon.
Towards the moon, yeah.
Yes. And then he's going to manually fire the missiles and use the moon's gravitational pull to slingshot them into deep space.
So that's the plan, is to just fire these into just out there?
Yeah. So
that
the
was
missiles
very confusing to me.
Missiles are going to go into deep space. He's going to be hurtling towards the moon.
Yeah.
With no way to stop himself, but just a bunch of oxygen. So Frank goes back to the shuttle, and he finds out that computer guidance is down for the return trip. Roger's knocked out, and Hawk is staying behind on the satellite. So Frank is going to have to pilot the shuttle home manually because, of course. So Frank hits the rockets to start the satellite heading towards the moon. And then that's all we see of that.
Yeah.
The
really exciting part where he's supposed to shoot the nuclear missiles, we see none of.
Yeah. The Daedalus, like I said, has a lot of problems and it needs to be set down manually. But currently they're upside down and flying backwards towards the position that they want to be in. So typically you need to do a pre-orbit burn to get yourself righted into the correct position. They don't have a lot of fuel though, so they got to be very.
They have enough apparently.
Yeah, they've got enough fuel to do the pre-orbit burn, but they're not. They're going to be free falling basically.
Did the fuel leak? Is that what happened? Because
I think I heard that. Yeah.
it would make no
Yeah.
sense that they had no fuel unless it was leaking from the collision with the whatever the hell satellite,
Right.
because they literally just flew into orbit. They didn't go anywhere else.
didn't
They
go that
flew
far.
into orbit. That was it.
So they do this pre-orbit burn to get in the right position, and now they're coming in hot and very steep. Frank tells Tank and Jerry that at 10,000 feet, everybody's going to eject, but he's going to try to land it.
He says, "I'm going to file you in a minute," but he's clearly
Yeah.
lying.
Yeah. Jerry blows the hatch and he sends Roger and Ethan out somehow. I think
They're both
must have-
unconscious.
yeah, I think they must have like ripcords attached to the shuttle that
That's
once they
what
get far enough
that
away.
hole was. I think it shows them like latching. I think that's to get the parachutes.
Oh, okay.
That's gotta be it.
Because back in Houston, they did some quick math where it's 20% chance of them surviving if they jump, and 0% chance of them surviving if they try to land it.
Because it's a brick.
Because it's a brick, yes. So
we can only assume those two guys they sent out died.
most likely, yeah.
They survived.
So Tank doesn't leave Frank's side, and Jerry comes up and he's like, "I'm going down with you too. It doesn't matter." And then they're coming in super hot, and obviously Jerry pulls the same maneuver that Frank, or not Jerry,
Hawk.
Frank pulls the same maneuver that Hawk did in the simulation.
Mm-hmm.
And he lands successfully. Some tense moments, but you know it's going to happen. Houston is very excited, and we hear Gerson taking credit for everything. And then later on that night, we see Frank and his wife look up at the moon, and she wonders if Frank made it. And he says, "Yeah, I think he made it." And we zoom in on the moon, and we see an astronaut laying in a crash site.
Oh, he dead though.
Oh, he dead.
He ran out of oxygen. But he got to somehow he landed a satellite manually on the moon, got out, and
walked and sat in the right position.
Just got to hang out and watch.
Maybe he was thrown.
No, he was sitting up.
There was footprints, weren't there?
Oh, I don't know.
Whatever. Regardless, wacky ending.
We talked over. We glided over like the kind of racist and sexist stuff.
So much of that going on, of course.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It was a lot of jargon that I was like, I'm not fully understanding what's going on, but I think I'm gonna get it eventually.
Shooting 7 nuclear missiles into the solar system seems very problematic, right?
But yeah, probably not good for like Jupiter.
But doesn't that affect if you destroyed Jupiter with nuclear missiles? Would that affect the rest of the planets?
No,
right?
I mean, I don't think it would
Some way?
It's not going to blow up Jupiter.
As long as we don't blow up the moon or the sun, we're okay. If we blow up a Neptune or
well, I think the idea is it's the chances of us actually hitting those are so entirely small. Like it's gonna hit nothing. It's just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Until it runs out of fuel and then just sits somewhere. 6 nuclear missiles just floating around space.
Just floating around forever.
Yeah, they're just gonna keep flying out there because once you start that motion, there's nothing gonna stop them unless they hit like a comet or a planet or something, or get pulled into a planet's. But I'm saying even if 7 nuclear missiles go down and hit Jupiter, all it's gonna do is mess up like their atmosphere and stuff. It's not gonna like unless there's life on Jupiter, which I don't think there is. But like Jupiter's the planet is going to be okay, which is actually supposedly like incredibly important for the survival of the Earth. Jupiter as a planet.
Is it?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like it takes a brunt of all the comets and stuff.
Oh yeah, it
Asteroids.
absorbs everything.
Yeah.
It's like a shield.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was it. That was Space Cowboys with wrestler Jay Leno. Do you want to do a top 5, Wally, or you've spent?
No, I'm spent.
Bill,
Plus,
I
I
think.
didn't think of one. So
Bill, you're up next.
All right. Well, I was unprepared going into the night. I've discovered a movie, or we can watch
Oh
Heels.
no.
movie, or we can watch Shields.
I say movie.
What's the movie on?
The movie is on something we never use. It's on Peacock.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Peacock.
It stars one Bobby De Niro.
I like it so far.
It also stars Mark Paul Gosselaar, or whatever his name is.
Zach Morris.
Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Yeah,
Zach
Zach
Morris.
Morris.
Zach Morris is in it.
Yeah. Okay.
And once superstar, now I think she's hated for being an anti-vaxxer or something. Gina Carano's in it.
Okay.
She is. She's hated now. Yep.
Yeah.
You're right.
And a wrestling connection is Juan Bautista.
Wait, is Gina Carano not a wrestler?
She's not. She's a UFC.
She was a UFC person.
Okay. And
Wow. Batista.
Yep.
Oh man,
So
Batista.
we're going to be watching
Mark Paul Gosselaar.
What is this called?
2015's, and that's important. The year is 2015. Heist.
Heist.
Okay. Heist.
Just heist.
Are there other movies named Heist that?
There are other movies named Heist.
2015's heist.
Yes.
Bobby De Niro though.
Bobby De Niro's in it.
Bobby De Niro. Okay.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Oh, that guy too.
He's the guy in Walking Dead, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's the guy with the baseball bat.
Baseball guy.
Shelly? No, what's the baseball bat's name?
It's like an old lady's name, isn't it? Ruth or
Yeah.
something like that. I forget.
He's also the comedian in Watchmen.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, in the movie. Watching the movie.
Negan is his name in Walking Dead.
Yeah, but what's the bat's name? Shit. It's like an old lady name, I thought. But whatever, it doesn't matter. I stopped watching The Walking Dead a
Lucille.
long time ago. Lucille.
Lucille.
There you go. Lucille, my grandmother's name. Okay. What is this? Heist 2015
Heist 2015 on Peacock Network.
on the Peacocks.
You know, I watch Peacock once a week, so that's
For what?
pretty good.
For Raw.
No, it's
For Raw's War.
either I'll catch a game of soccer or I'll watch Sunday Night Football.
Oh, it's not. They got Sunday Night Football.
Yeah,
Oh,
at least they did last night.
it should. It's NBC's
That's
thing.
true. It was NBC, yeah.
And CBS has that on their thing where you can watch whatever CBS stupid
Except
local
you-
game they put
You
on.
can't watch CBS Sports Network stuff. You can watch CBS local.
Right. Nothing else. Just the one game. All right. That's it. That
You
is
can
the
choose
end.
between the games though on Paramount.
You can choose between what they actually air that you can watch here anyway.
You can choose any of those 1 o'clock games. You can choose them for the CBS games. You can choose any of them. You don't.
Oh,
have
you
to
can choose it. You don't have to choose the one?
Yeah.
Really? Since when they didn't have that last year. I tried to do that last year. It didn't work.
No, that's got to be something this year. Yeah.
Wow. Nice. All right. That's it. That is the end of this one. We will see you next time with Heist 2015. Peace out.
See ya.
Uh,